Now on your Monday morning drive.
He's going to close it out with another one. The man from down under goes wire to wire at the BMW Championship.
Mark Leishman clinched the biggest win of his career on Sunday at the BMW Championship. Can he carry that momentum to Atlanta and take the FedEx Cup? We'll debate. After Anna Nordquist's comeback on Sunday at Evian, the major season is in the books.
Jordan Spieth.
Danielle King.
Justin Thomas.
I.K. Kim.
Koepka, a major champion.
What major moment was your favorite? We'll share your responses. And with the field set for the Tour Championship, who has the best shot to steal a second FedEx Cup title from Jordan Spieth? It's all ahead on Morning Drive this Monday, September 18th, 2017. Good morning. Welcome inside Studio AP. We start a new week here on Morning Drive. Gary Williams alongside three-time winner on the PGA Tour, Chris DeMarco. And Chris, it's all set. They're headed to the ATL. Mark Leishman wins the BMW Championship. And here we see the top 10 in the standings, 30 on their way to Atlanta. You weighed it 8 times?
I did. I played there 8 times. What an unbelievable golf course. Obviously, East Lake is amazing. These guys, this is exciting stuff. One more week left and then President's Cup.
Yeah, and a lot of money on the line. This guy looking to do something only Tiger Woods has done. As we take a look, you look at the top 30, the top 5, know that if they win the Tour Championship, they will win the FedEx Cup. Only one past FedEx Cup champion, Jordan Spieth. You see him there making his first appearance. You got a cadre of players and 2 rookies in the field, including Patrick Cantlay, who I know somebody's going to talk about a little bit later on. And that person is who we're going to send it to now. We say good morning to Damon Hack and a Masters champion, Trevor Immelman. Guys, how are you?
Good morning, my man. Listen, a lot of people are discussing what happened yesterday with the 2017 Masters champ, Sergio Garcia. Trevor, this was about a half hour of deliberation. Will I take a drop here, there, potentially ricochet it off a rock? This was not must-see TV.
I've got to say, though, pretty impressed that Sergio knew the rule, knew that he could get relief from that grandstand right there, and pretty impressed that he gave it a go.
You want to give it a go?
Absolutely.
All right, let's see what you got. You have a little contraption set up here. You're going to hit a ricochet now?
Yeah, and I thought it was quite interesting when we were listening to Sergio talk about it yesterday. He was referencing the wall at the old course on 17, and he's obviously played or practiced that shot before when being there.
All right.
And so this is what he was trying to do. So I got a pitching wedge here, and we'll pretend that this is the wall or that rock that Sergio had. And so what he was trying to do was ricochet it off so that it could bounce back towards the green.
Right.
He knew that he needed to make a par to get to East Lake, and he was willing to do whatever it takes.
Yeah, and the grandstand, because of that, he was able to take that drop. Had it been a sprinkler head, might not have been able to take that drop inside the hazard. Now, speaking of ricochets, just another viral video for your viewing pleasure. These youngsters, Trevor, I don't know how they continue to come up with these great ideas, but they do. Look at this.
Just amazing stuff right here. These guys clearly have too much time on their hands, Damon, but is that shot any good?
Can you do that one? Not through my legs, though. We don't want anybody to get hurt here.
Well, you're also about 8 foot tall, so
yes.
There's just no way I'm going to get it over you. But I've got the cup over here.
Okay.
So we're going to pretend that that's the hole.
Bucket.
I've geared down to the 56 degree because I wanted to come up and over my head. Let's see how we go. Oh, I need more power.
Couple more chance. One more chance.
Here we go. Oh, Damon. No good.
Not terrible, though. I still appreciate the effort. Let's send it back down to GW.
The receiving end, as Bill Raftery would say, he's got onions. All right. What's happening now? Mark Leishman wins the BMW Championship. He's having a career year. He won the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Of course, had Cardigan along with it. Chris, highlights, opening hole. It's a soft start. So here's his second on the first.
Yeah, controls it. Obviously, the nerves are early in the round. He goes up there and hits just a great chip. That will help calm them down just a little bit. 6-shot cushion at that point. Now, Ricky Fowler trying to make a push after birdieing one. Here he is on the second, the par 3.
Yeah, he's such a great ball striker. Hits his irons so good. This one just to a couple feet, rolls it up there. Easy tap in birdie.
So now he's 4 back. He's trying to do all he can. Jason Day, same thing. 11th hole, par 3 tee shot.
Yeah, and this is a pretty big miscue here, considering it's just a pitch and wedge. You know, you think Jason Day, that is a poor golf shot under those circumstances.
He's had some odd moments this year. What happened at the PGA, the decision making he made in that 3rd round on the 18th hole. He drops back to 15 under par. So onto the 15th hole we go, and here's Leishman at 20 under for birdie again.
Yeah, I like the little make percentage here, 8%, but the speed on this is perfect. Dead center. This is a big putt, going only 2 shots up, puts him to 3.
Yeah, and he knew it, no doubt about it. Justin Rose, 16th hole, par 4, putting for birdie.
Yeah, Justin's made a nice little run here. When that putter gets going, that's when Justin's is a tough man to beat.
No question about it. He's now 2 back, so he's the guy who might be the last line of defense for Mark Leishman. Here, though, on this 16th hole, 2nd shot from the right rough.
Yeah, come out of that rough. You don't know how to really control the spin. He hits a great shot, lands it just short of that green, uses the slope, rolls it up there just to about 6, 7, 8 feet.
He would make that. He gets to 22 under par, and he's keeping his cushion. And on to 18th, why not go ahead with an exclamation point?
But when you can get down in 4 putts, you might as well get down in 1. Same thing. Win's a win. That's a great win by Mark Leishman.
No doubt. Final round at 67. And as Johnny Miller said on the broadcast, the guy who is the best player in the field won this week. A 5-shot victory. Ricky Fowler ties for 2nd alongside Justin Rose. And as we take a look now at the top 5 in the FedEx Cup standings, this is important because, as I mentioned earlier, their mindset is simple. They win the Tour Championship, they know they will win the FedEx Cup.
Absolutely, and it's such a crazy scenario, but these 5 guys, you look at the top 3, pretty much been the top 3 guys all year, played the best. Jordan Spieth, Justin Thomas, and Dustin Johnson. Between them, 14 wins. Pretty good. 13 wins.
Very good. And by the way, I think Jordan Spieth in his mind, and this is a conversation I know that we'll have as the week progresses, believes he still can be the player of the year. He can equal Justin Thomas with a win total, win the FedEx Cup. They both have a major. We'll save that for later on in the week. But when you look at those 5, who do you think has the best chance to derail him?
Probably Justin. The 2 or 3. Justin Thomas
2 or 3.
or Dustin Johnson. Both those guys obviously wins at the end of the year here. So Dustin Johnson with the firepower he's got. East Lake's a pretty long golf course.
Yes, it is.
I kind of like Dustin Johnson in there, but it's hard to not take Jordan Spieth the way he's played in these
relentless.
playoffs. Relentless. 2nd, 7th in the playoffs.
Yeah, very, very impressive. It's going to be a very, very fun week. We know at East Lake, and I know, Damon, you've had some experience there, and hopefully they'll get great crowds, even though we know it's football season.
Absolutely, G-Dub. Was a great Sunday there. Also, how about at the Evian Championship? That's what else is happening now. Anna Nordquist, now a 2-time major champion. She won the rain-shortened Evian Championship via playoff over Brittany Altamare. Let's look back, Trevor Immelman. This is Anna Nordquist. She trailed by 5 going into that final round for Eagle on the par 5 15.
Yeah, after a beautiful 2nd shot, that really gave her a chance to have a good go winning this tournament down the stretch.
Moved her to 9 under par. Now the 16th hole. This par 3, her tee shot from 156 yards.
And what a beautiful angle here. You can see her playing the draw, trying to use that slope in the middle of the green. And is it, Damon?
Oh, perfection. We're going to speed this up for the viewer. It's going to stop about 4 feet away. She would birdie and move to 10 under par. Now, Moria Jutanagar on the tee at the par 5, 13th hole. She has a 3-shot lead at this point, Trevor.
And you can see her aiming down the right, obviously trying to play the draw. Leaves it out there. And she'd been driving the ball beautifully all week. But this one, unfortunately, goes out of bounds.
Bad bounce. She would bogey the hole, finish at 8 under after a final round of 72. Now Lydia Ko playing much better golf in September. Her 3rd shot on the par 5 15.
You can see downhill lie coming out of the rough, using that slope so beautifully. And all of a sudden, Lydia has a chance to win another major.
She moves to 9 under. She is in the frame. How about Brittany Altamare at the par 4 18th hole, putting for par to force a playoff with Nordquist.
And this is what you dream of in practice, having a chance to make a putt on 18 to tie or win. What a great putt that was.
9 under par, the all-important number. Now Lydia Ko at the 18th, putting for par to join the playoff.
And she knows it's coming from the right, but unfortunately this one always looks low, never quite has a shot.
You can see the disappointment there. Now the first hole of the playoff, Altomare, the 4th shot on the par 4 18th. You had hail, you had rain, you had squeegees out there, Trevor.
And you can see her having to try and flop this ball over the ridge because of the soft conditions. Unfortunately, not quite getting the contact she wanted and ball trickling back down that slope.
She would double bogey the hole. Now Norcas, her 4th shot. This is a tough pitch.
Coming from the rough, ball not sitting too bad there, but beautifully executed under those circumstances.
Lands within about 3 feet of the hole, setting up a bogey putt for her 2nd major championship.
Breaking a little from the left and right into the middle.
And you can see the emotion there. Of course, lost that U.S. Women's Open in a playoff last year and had mononucleosis earlier this year, but she gets it done, braves the elements in this rain-shortened 54-hole major championship, defeating Altomare in a playoff. And speaking of rain-shortened, Trevor, that was really the talking point earlier in the week, the fact that scores were scrapped in the first round. They decided to short it to 54 holes. You had lift clean in place in a major championship. You had squeegees out there on the golf course while they were playing. Your thoughts on this championship, big picture as a whole?
Well, look, obviously they can't control the weather, so a lot of that is really tough to handle. But, you know, for me, a major championship, I want to see them get 72 holes in. At the end of the day, in the men and the women's professional game, that's how you're going to be remembered, is your record in the majors. And earlier in the week, when the commissioner, Mike Wan, said, look, we'd rather not go to Monday or Tuesday, I was like, come on, man, this is a major. Let's let these ladies play. They've been preparing for their whole careers.
Yeah.
And so that left a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth. So I'd like to see him make a better effort of getting 72 in.
Yeah, they may have to make a change. We talk about the change coming to the PGA Tour schedule. This is the 2nd time in 5 years that we've had a 54-hole finish at the Evian Championship. I just feel like the players deserve better.
Absolutely.
You're making your whole season about major championships. You're talking about 5 major championships in the women's game, and it just looked like a yard sale yesterday. You know, you got umbrellas out there, you've got squeegees out there, hail is following. So they did everything in their power to finish on Sunday, and we had a double bogey and a bogey in that playoff yesterday.
I agree with you 100%. Look, if I was in this situation, it was the Masters or the US Open or the Open Championship, PGA,
yeah,
man, I'll stay another 2 weeks if I have to. Let's get this thing done. It's so important for the history of the game. So that was a little bit disappointing for me.
Major championships should be 72 holes. Let's send it back down to Gary.
Preach on, gentlemen. I know that Chris DeMarco certainly agrees. And what else is happening now? Well, guys trying to secure employment on the PGA Tour for 2017-18 season, and Chesson Hadley has done just that. He wins the Albertsons Boise Open. But let's start with Tyler Duncan, Chris. His 2nd shot on the par 4 5th.
Yeah, good golf swing here. Plays it perfectly. Controls the distance great, hits it just to a couple feet. Easy tap in.
No doubt about it. He secured his PGA Tour card, tied for 5th at 12 under par. Jonathan Randolph, his 2nd shot from the rough on the par 4 6th.
Yeah, it's a great shot. Obviously, has a swing. They always say if you have a swing in golf and you're a pro, that you can always hit the shot the way you want to hit it. It's a great shot, just to a couple feet. How about that one right there?
That's outstanding. 69, tied for 2nd at 15 under par, also securing his card. Let's get to Chesson Hadley. Locked up his tour card during the regular season on the par 3 17th.
Yeah, just a short club in his hand. Obviously trying to win, but hits a great shot in there just to about 4, 5, 6 feet. Great shot control in that spin.
No doubt about it. He would make birdie, move to 16 under par, heading to the final hole on 18. Alex Chaiky spent a lot of time on the PGA Tour. Long birdie putt.
Yeah, and he knows he needs to make this to give himself any kind of chance, and he drills it right in the middle. What a great putt.
No doubt about it. He is back on the PGA Tour next season. Hadley, it's always nice to have those for victories. So he wins the 2017 Albertsons Boise Open, and these are the players who secured their PGA Tour cards. Alex Chaiky, Tyler Duncan, Jonathan Randolph. It's nice to have a J-O-B.
On the PGA.
Exactly. No doubt about it. Meanwhile, what also is happening, PGA Tour champions, a guy who better get it now, because when are you eligible?
Next year, August.
August.
Yeah.
Jerry Kelly, you better pile up more wins. He's had a great second half of the season. Final round is 68. He wins by 1 over Lee Jansen. Congratulations to Jerry. But for now, let's say good morning to Chantel McCabe. How are you?
Good morning, Gary. I'm doing well on this Monday. Hope everyone at home is doing well too. Our social question of the day gives you a chance to get involved on our show and join the discussion. The final major of this season for the men and women ended with Anna Nordquist winning her second major. Now, what's your favorite major moment of the year? Could it be Sergio Garcia finally breaking through, or how about Danielle Kang getting her first win of her career at the KPMG Women's PGA, or the dramatic final round when Jordan Spieth earned the Claret Jug? Send along your tweets at GC Morning Drive. Okay, let's show you what's still to come here on Morning Drive. Here's the tee sheet. We'll be talking about the Evian Championship being reduced to the 54 holes. We mentioned it a little bit before, but the second time this has happened since 2013 because of weather in France. And remember, there was controversy at the ANA Inspiration. What will that mean for the future in women's majors? And Mark Leishman, with his second win of the season at the BMW Championship, our Michael Breed will pass along some swing tips from his coach, plus the must-see moments in case you missed any of the action at Conway Farms over the weekend. See a strange ruling for Sergio Garcia, and with a trip to East Lake Cup on the line, see how Phil Mickelson finished his round on Sunday. But sit back, have a little coffee. It's a Monday. We're talking golf, getting you ready for the week and the Tour Championship here on Morning Drive. We're going to be right back after this.